Outsource 3D rendering is an effective way to clearly convey product design ideas and get marketing materials way before the launch. Moreover, outsourced CGI services provide high-quality, photorealistic visuals at a reasonable price. The cost of a render depends on a number of factors. Let's check them out. Project type. Product 3D rendering service includes several types of projects: lifestyle images, 3D animation, virtual reality, panorama, 360 view. Each of them requires a different amount of time, so each project type is priced differently. Hourly payment. The price also depends on the amount of time the rendering process takes. For unlike in-house employees, outsourced rendering studios are paid strictly for the amount of work delivered. There is no need for salaries, taxes, recruitment expenses, sick leaves, corporate training. All of these are the responsibility of the outsourced CGI studio. Turnaround time. The main indicator of the scale and complexity of a task is turnaround time, TAT. Managers of an outsourced 3D rendering company determine TAT based on 3D artist skills and technical power the CG studio has. Corrections. In most cases, project corrections and revisions require a separate payment that is added to the initial price. However, many big outsourced 3D rendering studios make minor corrections for free. For example, Archie CGI provides free adjustments within 30% of the total amount of project workflow. 3D models. The price of outsourced product rendering highly depends on 3D modeling. The more detailed and complex a product 3D model is, the more expensive it is. However, if a manufacturer provides ready 3D objects for the scene, 3D artists can easily insert them into a new project. It will be more cost-effective than creating each 3D model from scratch. 3D scenes. Carefully picked 3D scenes basically make the look of a product render. Naturally, creating a realistic, detailed environment adds to the total cost. However, outsourced CGI studios often provide pre-rendered scenes. This way, a manufacturer doesn't have to pay for the new environment modeling and payment. And since the scenes in these 3D libraries are high quality and for all styles, it's easy to find a perfect option, or a few. Custom textures. Outsourced CGI services can recreate any texture with striking realism. Working on rare materials, however, is hard and time-consuming. Hence, the more unique and high-quality textures are, the more they influence the price of 3D rendering. The number of views. General view, close-up, top view, 360-degree view. Every angle shows a new side of a product and demonstrates a new design feature. As each new view requires more work, it adds to the cost. Resolution. The standard output of the 3D rendering is full HD images. However, manufacturers can use 3D renders for different purposes which require other formats and resolutions. For instance, product images for A4 print posters, billboards with parameters 1.750 by 1.185 meters, the variety of sizes for catalogs and magazines. Unique formats cost more. Besides, images with a higher definition, such as Ultra 4K HD, or interactive formats like panorama and VR, add to the cost too. Post-production. The main goal of the post-production stage is to refine the 3D rendering image. It allows to tweak lighting and colors to perfection, as well as add a few final touches to set the atmosphere in the render. Naturally, including the post-production in the project will influence the cost. Conclusion. Overall, the prices for outsourced 3D rendering depend on the service type, complexity, and the need for custom elements like scenes and models. In order to learn the exact cost for a project, it's always best to ask CGI studio managers. If need be, he can break down the results. The tips above will help you to figure out the project cost before calling a CGI studio and understand how to get the fairest price.